Now, some changes to premium bonds. Claer is with me, and it seems potentially bad news for people that have got premium bonds.
Yeah, and there's an awful lot of people, Lorraine, who do have premium bonds, me included,
Yeah.
I have to say. Around 23 million of us have got premium bonds, but here's a fact. Around 14 million people who hold them have yet to win a prize. There's, of course, no guarantee that you will get any return on the cash that you've got invested. It's all down to chance. Now, for most people, that's the attraction, because there are 2 people every month who win £1 million.
Right.
And that is enough of a plus
Incredible,
for people
yeah.
to overlook the downside. But the fact is, from the August draw, the prize fund is shrinking. That's just reflecting the fact that interest rates are falling, and, you know, savings accounts across the board are becoming less generous. So whilst you've got the same odds of winning a prize, there's lots more smaller prizes of £25. So if you do win something, the chances are it's going to be less rather than more. So are they still worth it, is the question that everyone's asking me. Now, you can hold, if you're a UK adult, up to £50,000 in a premium bonds account. Now, with my own experiences, I find that around £10,000 tends to be the tipping point. If you've got that or more, you tend to regularly win a prize. If you've got less, it becomes harder, because obviously the more bonds you've got, the more chances you have. So if you're someone who's got a small amount of money in premium bonds, you may well be better off getting a guaranteed amount of interest on your cash in the savings account. The top paying accounts at the moment, you could get around 4.5%, 5% interest. If you've got a really small amount of money, you might think, well, you know, the interest isn't that much and I've still got the chance of winning £1 million. Now, the way that I think about premium bonds is as cold storage for committed spending. So money that I know I'm going to need to spend in the year ahead. Now, that could be to pay a bill that's coming up, to pay legal fees, to, you know, pay for work that I know I'm going to have done on my house. I like to separate it out in the account, and while I'm waiting, there's a chance that I might win a tax-free prize. And that's the other attraction of premium bonds, unlike interest on savings accounts, which is taxable. If you do win, it's tax-free.
Now, look, I know this is something that you have pioneered and that you have wanted to happen. More people are going to receive help with their finances. A lot more people are going to, aren't they?
Yes. So a really, really common complaint is, I want some help with my pension, say. I phone up my pension provider and it's like, they don't want to talk to me. They don't want to be helpful. And that's because firms are really paranoid that if they do engage with us, especially about pensions and investments, it could be construed as financial advice, which is a highly regulated activity. We could complain in the future and say, oh, the company advised me to do this. So what is exciting is that the financial regulations around the middle of next year, it's expected, are going to change to allow firms a third way, to give us what's called targeted support. So it's not financial advice, and you won't have to pay for it, but it's not the situation that we've got at the moment where we're just palmed off generally and referred to a website and told to make our own decisions. So, for example, firms could give us a nudge. You know, you might get a nudge from your bank, say, saying, you've got a lot of money sitting in your current account that's been there for a while, it's not earning any interest. Maybe you'd like to learn some more about investing and investment ISAs. And you could say, yes, OK. Or it could be your pension provider saying, we noticed that the amount that you're taking money out from your pension is too high. You know, it's unsustainable. Do you know that you're on track to run out of money in the near future? And you could say, right, I didn't know that. So some people might find that creepy, but in my experience...
No, listen, all you know, help is wanted and needed.
The great majority of people are going to find this very helpful indeed. 13 million people in the advice gap in this country who've got some money to invest, can't afford a financial advisor, and I think this will make a material change and improve people's financial outcomes.
One step on the way to getting people to teach children about it in schools, even, you know, in secondary schools, even junior schools. I think that would
even
be a
primary
great
schools.
Thing. Absolutely. Now, look, we asked you to send in your experiences of bad customer service, and Claer is opening her complaint clinic today. So many of you have been in touch. We're going to have to do this on a regular basis. Now, we had an emotional plea from Jean. Jean emailed us to say she's been trying to cancel a £10 monthly TV subscription. It was set up by her husband, who sadly died 5 years ago. But poor Jean, she's found it really difficult to cancel this. And I know she's not alone. A lot of people said the same thing.
She's not. I am raging about this, Lorraine, because it's so common. 2 issues here. Poor treatment of the bereaved
Yes.
when somebody dies, and also digital exclusion, because the company in question, I managed to get in touch with them in the end last night on web chat.
Yeah.
Now, web chat is something that Jean finds very difficult. She's tried to contact this company on web chat before. They've asked her for all kinds of information that she doesn't have. And I said to her on web chat, well, surely there's an alternative. Do you have a phone number? Their phone number's not working at the moment. And I said, well, could you phone Jean and reach out to her? You know, she's bereaved, she's elderly, she's what I would call in industry speak a vulnerable customer, somebody who needs a bit of extra help. Now, I've emailed their complaints team, their customer services team, and I would hope that I can come back on next week and give you some better news on this. But in the meantime, if you're affected by a similar problem, you might think, well, I could just get in touch with my bank and cancel this direct debit, which is on a joint account.
Yeah.
The problem is, if you do that, you're cancelling the payment, but you're not cancelling the subscription that this person has signed up to. So there may be a liability that's ongoing there. So I think that Jean should raise a dispute with her bank, because she's paid out now nearly £500 because she's unable to stop this.
Ridiculous.
And at the same time, she's requested to cancel the subscription, and they can't help her. So we'll get to the bottom of this next week. But in the meantime, if you're watching this and you're having a similar problem, then do email in as well, because this is a huge problem, and I really want to bang the drum on this.
Oh, they've taken on the wrong women.
They've
taken on the wrong women in our Claer. One of the complaints we keep hearing about, so many of our viewers got in touch about this, shops being card only.
Yes.
This is a problem for an awful lot of people who want to pay cash.
Yeah, and as they should. It's still the second most popular method of payment. Lots of people get confused and they say, well, cash is legal tender, so therefore a shop legally has to take it. That's a very common misunderstanding. The short answer is no. The retailer can choose to take or refuse any method of payment that it wants. So it could be card only. In the case of some businesses, like nail salons, for example, you know, a lot of them like to be cash only for reasons best known to themselves. Perhaps.
There's another wee can of worms.
What can you do? Why is this happening? Because the cash infrastructure is disappearing from our high street. So for lots of small businesses, it's hard to cash up the takings, to get change. If you've got a bank hub in your area, 150 plus and rising now in the UK, it makes it a lot easier. Anybody can request a bank hub. There's a link in my Instagram stories if you want to request one, if you've lost all of the banks in your local area. And ultimately vote with your feet. If a retailer won't accept cash, go and spend your money with one that will.
Do you know something that keeps coming up? Parcels getting delivered and they're damaged. And what do you do and where do you stand? OK,
so very quickly, if you're signing for it yourself, write damaged. If it's really, really damaged, I had some wine delivered once and it was, leaking out everywhere. I refused it. Take photographs. Document the damage, keep the packaging, complain to the retailer. You need to complain to the retailer, not the courier company. Your contractors with them. It's up to them to sort it out and arrange a replacement.
Gotcha. Makes perfect sense.
Now, I've got a question for you, Lorraine, because I heard a rumour in the green room that you're spending the weekend with royalty.
Well, not the whole weekend. Not the whole weekend. I am going up to Orkney tomorrow morning early.
Wow.
So I won't be here tomorrow morning. Oh, look at that.
Beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Take your binoculars.
It's beautiful. Yeah, it's the Orkney Island Games. It's so exciting. Princess Anne is going to be opening it all, and it's going to be an amazing, amazing experience. So many people heading to Orkney from, like, the Falklands, you know, all the different islands all over the world, and it's like a baby Commonwealth Games. It's like a baby Olympics.
Take me with you in your suitcase.
Listen, it's going to be amazing. Orkney is going to be the centre of the universe. Which it is anyway. Hi there, thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. We upload new videos every single day. So click here if you're interested in this video, or head to the homepage for more amazing content.